up, Storms fans? I'm back here with another episode of the Eye of the Storm, episode number 7. Man, I can't believe we're 7 episodes in. Season's been going by fast. So, to answer the first question, you're probably like, why is he sitting in the dark? I'm sitting in the dark because I thought this gives us a nice aura for today, different setup, different, feel. So I figured I would, get the dark light in and make it a good feel. Put my hat backwards. But no, so obviously last week we played the Topeka Tropics. I thought we had a good game. Honestly, Torrance Carr Young, MVP, played incredible. Hadn't played quarterback since high school and went out there and played really, really solid. Obviously Izzy getting hurt and not what we want to see, and of course it has to happen to us. He has to get hurt, and it's frustrating. To lose your starting quarterback, he was just starting to get in his form too, which is really, really upsetting because he was starting to come to his own. And I really feel he has a bright future. I know he's getting older, but man, don't sleep on Izzy. Watch Izzy. Maybe a couple years from now, whenever, he's gonna go places. So, get ready. You know what I'm saying? Don't sleep on Izzy. So, I'm excited. I hope. I don't know what in the future for him, but hopefully he can, get back on the field someday. But right now we look ahead. We play Rapid City. Rapid City, not a good team. They're 0-5. I would say they're better than their record shows, but they're really not. They have two good receivers, Chisholm and Dorn. Dorn has really come into his form, which is really, really good. We know what Taj has to bring. And what I said about Taj, I still believe. I think he can do things. But they're holding Taj back because they're scared. And so they don't let him throw the ball deep. They only throw slants. They don't do anything special. Their offense is nothing special. And nothing that we can't stop. Coach George knows how to stop Taj. We know if anyone knows how to make Taj uncomfortable, it's us. They just signed another quarterback this week. I don't know what his name is. I saw him on the transaction report, and I think Caleb Lowe, I think his name is. I don't know what school he's from. I went to his Instagram and I saw a picture of him in a ski mask. Whatever, but my boy Shay's over there, and I've been talking mad to Shay about how we're gonna beat up on them and everything. And Shay said some stuff about Dodge, which Shay not a huge fan of Dodge, which is fine. He used to being on an 0-5 team, so he doesn't really know what's winning like, right? He doesn't know what it's like doing. But we are very, very confident in what we have. We are extremely confident in our abilities, on our offense, on what our offense has to offer. I will announce tonight Sean Kelly will be our starter this week. He's the other quarterback on the roster. I know, I'm going to say it straight up, right? I know there's been some skeptics, right? Sean hasn't played in a while. He hasn't played since college. What Sean has to offer is experience in terms of he coaching the receiver position. So he knows what he needs to expect for the receivers. He's been looking pretty good in practice from what I've been hearing. We have Billy. We have our other kid from Arizona State who's nasty. Once he gets in full form, he's going to be really good. Sheldon, obviously, all our offensive pieces are really strong. And getting Dom back on the offensive end just adds that to that. Dom is solid. I love Dom. I think Dom's the leader. And to be able to get Dom back, that's what we need, And obviously, you see Omaha stacking up on pieces, which I'm not. My thing about Omaha, don't even get me started on how they are able to get that many pieces back. But, let's be honest. In all honesty, we should destroy Rapid City. They shouldn't have a shot at it against us, really. They shouldn't. They don't have anything. They don't do anything special. There's nothing special about that team. That team just cuts players. They add players. That's the way they play their game. So, that's about it, to be honest. Like, I don't think there's anything. I think we get this win with 2 and 3. We're on a 2-game winning streak going into Billings. And Billings had their own issues, Players getting caught, they fired the coach mid-season, a whole bunch of rumors with the coach or whatever, but we're not even going to get into that. No, I mean, I'm excited, And I know the show is kind of short today. It's going to be like a 6-minute show. But, that's all I have. I have nothing. We have a comment here. Let's see. This Facebook user, I'm definitely curious as what you are implying with Omaha. Don't dance around it. Look, I mean, I want to know who this Facebook user is because I have a couple ideas on who it is. How do you get those quality of players? And how are you able to have so many of them when every other team in the league, and I'm not saying I think our guys are better than their guys, but how are you able to get that? How? Like, it's like, for me, it's just, I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, and then, Mr. Burris, a lot of respect, right? But it just, I know it had more rookies in the league, but, like, you have Tommy, you have Datrin, you have that running back who is a freight train, who, in my opinion, is an NFL back from last year. Like, you have all these guys, right? And it's very confusing. Look, I'm sure y'all, follow salary cap rules or whatever, but it's confusing. Like, when I look at you guys' roster, I'm like, you have names down the page. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it's interesting. Like I said, the beef organization is, I think they're a great organization. I think, I'm gonna say that, right, about the beef organization. I know the one thing we shouldn't be dancing around is the fact that AFL is coming back. And I know that's a really hard topic to discuss for a lot of people, right? Like, AFL is back. Omaha, Nebraska is an AFL market. Point blank there. Nebraska had been. I have one of my boys. He's from Nebraska, and me and him are tight. Shout out Josh. I know you're watching, but I love. I think Omaha is a great place for a AFL team. Eventually down the line, but I think that right now we look at the CIF, right? We look at where are we at as a league, right? Obviously, last week we had the host line issue with the replay, and we need to get to a point where, as a league, we can start being more smooth with things, right? Because we need everyone on the same page. So you have organizations like Omaha, Southwest Kansas, who are like top 10. But then you have these other teams who are kind of like in the middle. And I think that it's interesting, right? We need to get to a point where we're smooth sailing. And I don't know how that's going to come. I don't know what the future of this league has with the AFL coming back, with the NAL, playing. Obviously, I don't know about the NAL and the CIF. I know they had talks in the past, but I don't know if that ever really materialized to where I know they merged and then they had their whole issue. And I think, in my professional opinion, I will tell you, right, the CIF is a league that needs to be there. There needs to be the CIF because CIF caters to smaller markets. Now you're probably like, oh, well, how do you know? You don't live in a smaller market, right? Like, I'll be honest, I live in a huge market. I live in Boston, Massachusetts, so I live across the country, right? And I don't really know what a smaller market is, right? Because here's big market, Celtics, Bruins, Red Sox, right? Bigger name teams. But, like, I know Mr. Burris, right? He's from Alaska, right? And so Alaska is very interesting. That's a very interesting market. That's a unique market. That's a market where, man, like you put a team in Alaska, like I feel like you can legitimately get people in the stands. Like it's a unique market. I know hockey's big down there. You have the Bruins, a couple of players from the Bruins are from Alaska, and it's really really popular that way. So I think that, in my opinion, and this is an interesting comment because arena football isn't playing it down in 2024. And I was listening to the AFL Rewind. They had a little podcast that they do where they talk about, they're playing for the league and everything. And they were talking big. Like, the stuff they plan to do is like, I'm like, really? Like, they're really planning to bring all, 16 teams here and there, market. And I hope so. I hope, I think it'll be good for the sport if it comes back. But it's an interesting discussion, right? It's an interesting thing because you look at the future of the sport. You have all these leagues, USFL, XFL, AFL, everything, right? At some point, there's going to be a time where only the top leagues will survive. And so, I think for the CIF, I think that we look at all the little details with players being treated right, players getting hotel paid for, and like Omaha lucky, right? Because they pay their players, they treat their players right, and so that's why they get a lot of players who want to stay there. But the organizations that don't, you have organizations in the league where they I don't want to say they don't, but they don't put the effort in that other organizations do, and it shows. It shows on the field. It shows, in the in the stands. I feel like that's another thing, attendance, and that's where y'all come in for Southwest Kansas, where 2,500 fans. Like, we need to do better, man. Straight up. Last game, I was looking at the stands. I'll be honest, pathetic attendance, pathetic. And I know you're gonna be like, you're not wrong. But Rap City, you're not wrong about that. But pathetic attendance. Like, oh my god. Like, I was disappointed, man. I know we can do better. 2,500 fans. Like, come on, man. Like, I was looking at the stands. I was like, man, like, I know we lost. I know we lost a couple games. We were 0-3 at that point. But, man, y'all got to come out and support. You really do, because you want to see this team here next year. We need to start doing numbers. We need you guys. You guys mean everything. Like, for those of you who are NBA fans, you saw the other night, Toronto Raptors, player DeMar DeRozan, his daughter, yelling before every free throw. They missed 18 free throws. So fans do matter. Fans have an impact. And when we talk about, like, look at Omaha. I'm going to use that slaughterhouse, right? They've created a nickname and a culture there where it's centered around beef, like the food, beef, slaughterhouse. Everything has a connection to that. And I believe we have that here with Southwest Kansas, where we need to find what's our connection, connecting the dots. And so, as I wrap this up here, I do want to end with, I appreciate everyone tuning in. I honestly appreciate Team Ona tuning in. I think that's like a lot of respect for that. I'll be honest, Mr. Burst, you earn my respect. For tuning into the show. Because I know you're busy and you got your stuff on, but a lot of respect. I hope to make it out there to Omaha one day. I don't know if there's any direct flights from Boston to Omaha, but that's interesting because I'm interested to see the AFL. I'm interested to see if that comes to fruition, but I'm also interested to see what does the future of the sport look like. So you look at 10 years down the line, you have all these leagues. Which league is going to prevail and which league is going to ultimately fold, in my opinion. So, with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you as always. Let's show Happy City. They talk so much. I know Shay is, chomping at the bit to get ready. And yeah, I know they want to talk, they want to play, but we're ready. We're ready to go, man. Let's go 2-3. Have a good rest of your night. I'll be back. So here's the thing, ready? I'm in Puerto Rico next week, right? Puerto Rico, first trip in a year. I'm so excited. Yeah, I don't think he's ready either. Put that on the screen actually. Yeah, I'm headed to Puerto Rico. Can you believe that? I'm so excited. I have not been to Puerto Rico ever, and I've not been on a trip for the last year. So you already know I'm gonna be sunbathing in Rico. So excited. That's a place that I could see an arena team eventually too. Trust me, when I go there, I'm gonna be scouting landscape. Maybe a potential team owner in Puerto Rico. Who knows? So be down there. I will try to do my show Thursday from my hotel room. Maybe I'll give you a special show from the beach. Wouldn't that be awesome? But we'll see. We'll see what I can do. If not, I'll do it probably when I come back Saturday morning. Or I probably may do an extra show on Sunday. We'll see. I'll just see what the schedule will look like. But other than that, let's get this win, man. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see y'all next episode. So let me shut this off.